Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition, another morning. It is another Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Of course it is. It's another Wednesday. Wednesday, let us. There will be a Honeycomb Hideout tonight. I have some news about that. But this is William versus the world. And I do mean the entire world. We're talking about the music industry news, social media and technology, AI, the internet, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, gadgets, gizmos, all of that, and everything else under the sun. So each day, if you're not familiar, during weekdays, I come on live here and we discover, we explore and collect the top, 15, about 5 to 15 of the top and most powerful stories that are circulating in the music industry. That's what we do here every single day. The fuck's up with my camera, man? Wow. So this is my new camera. I don't look as green today, I noticed. So yeah, that's what we do here. If you're unfamiliar with the program, each night, each evening, I comb the internet with the team. We hunt down and search for the most powerful and emerging topics each day in the music industry. So some of the topics we cover day to day. If Spotify's in the news every day, then that's what we cover. You know what I mean? If Marilyn Manson's in the news, then that's what we cover. If AI is in the news, then that's what we cover. That's what this show is all about. Is each night, each day, we go and look for the top, 5, 15, 20 of the largest and powerful conversations that are going on in technology, in social media, in artificial intelligence, and especially prioritizing the music industry. And we do all of this because people just don't have the time to do it themselves. And this is a repurposed kind of conversation that we're having here, because a lot of my staff members and my personal fans and fans that are publicly fans of our band, this is our way to help them be armed with the information and the tools to help us and other small DIY and independent self-employed artists become successful and protect their art and achieve greatness. That is the whole reason of us doing this. That is it. That's the point. So each day, hey, what's up, guys? Appreciate the numbers and the views and participation and comments in here have been so awesome, man. Can you guys give yourselves a round of applause, because you guys have been killing it, man, making this a fun thing and a cool thing to do every day. If there is certain stories or articles or emerging, if there's any kind of emerging technology or questions that you have about social media or things you'd like me to look up, that's the point of this program. If there's court cases or music industry scams or schemes you want me to look into or investigate, I'm your guy. Anything like that. If you want me to take a look at record contracts, if you want me to talk to entertainment lawyers, if you'd like me to look into specific emerging stories that are going on with mechanical royalties or the Department of Justice, you let me know. Because what we do here each and every day, I don't really control the content as it gets on the screen. What I do is, before we go to bed each night, me and the team, we all pass back ideas and we share with each other the most authentic, high quality reviewed stories. You know, we do a little bit of homework, we do a little bit of research, but we will read, you know, several articles and points of view and reference and measure information coming out of the stories, and then we will choose the top 5 music industry stories, and then we'll put them up on the screen right here so everyone can see them and read along with us. So we become educated, so we discover, then we become educated, and once we become educated, then we present it here in a transparent way, and then we all go over the information and the articles together. We keep notes. You guys have a notebook. You guys have your phones. You guys are ready to do your own homework and your own, you know, you're ready to access and utilize your own reference tools. I'm going to shut this door. Hold on. So, yeah, you know, this is not an opportunity for you guys to just learn from me and criticize and critique me and my teaching and mentorship abilities. That's not what this is about. This is not a way for me to be an expert or speak over you, or a way for us to measure personalities and compete with egos and how professional or how expert we can one up each other, you know, in terms of the music industry. This is a transparent conversation where hopefully you guys can collect some of the information, and then you can put it to test. You can challenge the information that's on the screen without challenging each other. You know, you could challenge the information on the screen, and then you can do some of your own homework, and hopefully with all of the reason to be successful in achieving ongoing truths. That is the mission statement. Yo, Brian Reeves in the building. Let's give Brian some beats, man. How's the audio out there today? How's the audio out there? So yeah, every day, if you guys want to learn about the music industry, this is where to do it. There is not Loudwire, not Metal Injection. There is no music, not Revolver, not The Source. There is no music industry. There's no music industry program or platform, not on Twitter, not on HBO, not on iPhone. There is no content creators that are coming on every single day that gather the top stories daily, 24 hours around the clock, put them up on the screen and go over them step by step with everybody. You get a lot of creators that go in with their own hot takes. You get a lot of creators that like myself are heavily opinionated, but the question that always comes to arise is are the opinions being developed after the research and after the homework and after, because we all want to be successful at this thing. And it's hard to be if you're not willing to look down a dark hallway. If you're just going to ignore all, if you're going to ignore all the different levels to the music industry, then it's like looking at a flat surface. The music industry is more like an onion. Okay? But if I told you to go, I said, man, do me a favor, Scott, run up there and draw an onion, on a chalkboard. You probably, most people would draw like a circle, a spherical shape, a ball. But we all know that there's many different parts to an onion. You really can't draw or express it in our three-dimensional world. But, if I was to introduce you to an onion by an image of an onion, you might get the wrong idea about what an onion really is. But if I brought you one in reality, you'd notice that there were different layers to it. And it wasn't just this flat, circular, spherical image. And in fact, it not only looks different, but it, as soon as you cut into it, you realize that there's all these different layers and there's all these different pieces to it that you never imagined before. And before you know it, you're reacting to it, right? And your eyes are fucking watering and, you're crying and it's stinging and all type of other stuff. And then you're tasting it and it's getting in your nose and you can smell it. And it's, you see what I mean? Like there's all these different effects. There's all these different real world things that happen to you when you cut into a real onion. And that is the music industry. On the surface, on the flat surface, from a consumer shelf eye level, if you're just a small gigging band or you don't really have any desire or determination to have a career climb or learn about it, you're just looking at a spherical circular onion. You're looking at the picture and the image of the music industry as an onion, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that because that's where you're standing. But for those of you that want to get a real good look at the music industry outside of social media and your buddies hanging out in the hallway, aside from shopping and trying to be a fucking expert in the comment sections, if you want to look at the real music industry, it's like cutting into an onion. It's like taking the image of an onion and describing that and talking about that and showing somebody a picture of an onion. Even if you took a photo of it and showed somebody a photorealistic picture of an onion, they still wouldn't have an idea. They still would not have the imagination for the experience of a real onion. The music industry is like that. Let me swap that image out for you, and I'm going to give you a real onion, a product of biodiversity, a product of science, a product of natural miracle. Here you go. Here's a real onion. You fucking chop into that shit and fucking stink up the fucking room. Your fucking eyes start squirting out water, and you having to be physical and cover your face and do all this stuff. That is what it's like cutting into the real music industry. And if you didn't know it, you might cut into a real life onion and it burns your face off and boogers are coming out of your nose and all type of other shit, and you can't understand the experience that's happened to you. You haven't realized, wow, it's more than just an image. Wow, it's more than just a photorealistic drawing. It's more than just a product. Absolutely, an onion is packed with layers, and sure, if there's all this pain involved in it, right? But then there's all these nutrients, there's all these vitamins, there's all this other stuff going on inside it. So I've given you the image of an onion, which just kind of looked like a circular, spherical ball, right? And people go, and most folks, from consumers to bands to rappers, that's how they see the music industry. Flat, two-dimensional, three-dimensional. They see it on a flat, linear type of object. That's how most experts even view the music industry. Like it is a man-made product that we buy and sell for popularity and for status or whatever. But that is one aspect. That's one ratio. That's one, if you turn the dial, that's the frequency that some people see, right? But that's nothing like a real life onion. Once you level up and you learn a few things about perspective, and you learn about dimension, right? And you start to learn about illusions, then you see that there's much more to the onion. And the onion is not just a ball, it's not just a spherical shape, but it is indeed a real life living thing. That is the music industry. You feel what I'm saying now? So if at a glance, consumers and, common people that are just casual listeners, and even people that claim they're connoisseurs, are led to believe that they are connoisseurs, and that the music is just that simple. You know, all you need to do is make great music. All you need to do is know the right person. You always hear people saying things like this. All you need to do is be at the right place at the right time. It almost sounds like a lottery ticket. It almost seems like a casino when people say it like that, right? Because that's what they want you to believe, that it is a flat, linear, predictable, casino-like machine where you pull the lever down and poof. It always seems like magic when people, are successful at it, because the music industry is layered, and it's in its first couple of layers, it's counting on you, the consumer, to believe in the magic and mystique. But in reality, an onion is a living organism. That's fucking insane. And it's got many cells and layers to it. And as we work our way down, we realize it's not just an image. It's not just a product. It's not just a flat surface. It's not just linear design. And we learned that our frequency and our creature responds to it. When you even try to look at an onion, when you try to experience an onion, you physically start crying and fucking and feeling all sorts of crazy physically. And you understand that this is not just a shape or an image. This is a powerful thing that affects people. This is music. This is art. This industry that they're trying, if we look at it like an industry, we're looking at it like a linear flat surface. But as we cut into it, we realize it's much more than just an industry. That we have a greater responsibility to it. If we're going to treat it like an industry, we have a greater responsibility to protect that and to talk about it. And we are all not capable of cutting up onions, because some people start crying and need to leave the room. This is the music industry. So, I was getting to that, Scott. I was definitely getting to that. And because an onion is a living organism, we tend to be more confused about living things than anything else. Some people, they cut up an onion and they start to feel like, oh my God, I've done the wrong thing. Clearly, look at how I'm reacting to it. Look at how people react. And that's because it's hard to see the beauty through the pain, So we report on a lot of the stuff in the music industry, and people go, oh, well, then why do you keep doing it? And I think it hasn't occurred to people that I'm not living in or having a miserable experience in the music industry. That's not why I do this. It's quite the opposite. It is that I have been on both sides of the fence, and I don't have any desire to reach people who don't care to learn about my education and experience. It's not my duty. It's not a desire of mine to convert people into believing what I think. I don't give a fuck. The only people I can reach, the only people I can really resonate with are the people that are looking for this information. You know what I mean? If you're not looking for the truth, then I can't help you at all. I think that's a big misunderstanding, because for the last 10 to 15, 20 years, everyone's been trying to convert everybody into followers or subscribers. I don't give a fuck who follows me, who likes me, or who likes my voice, or who thinks I'm cute. I'm too old to care about that shit. You know what I mean? And I'm too busy to pay attention to it. So you know what I mean? I've made it past that. I've made it past that obstacle in my life a long time ago. So, you know, I'm not here to convince or to shop or share my ideas. I'm not, I don't appear online, or we don't choose our guitar tunings because we heard it was the coolest thing to do. You know, my band doesn't sound the way it does because of any trend or any TikTok dances, or because our favorite celebrities are doing it. We do what we think is right, and we do what we resonate with, and what we feel is necessary and valuable to our community, and what we're trying to achieve. So that's it, man. Is some people just need to have some time to discover the beauty before cutting open the onion. And I realize that. You know what I mean? And we got to go through the tiers, and we got to go through the layers, and we have to look at it and talk about it each and every day. And this program is for the people that have the ability, the maturity. This live stream is for the people that have the attention span and the steady hand to go over this material, to do their own homework. It's pointless if I just read some articles to you and give you my opinion on it. It's really pointless. You have to, you know, beyond being entertained, those of you that are truly seeking knowledge, this is the ignition key, and that needs to be clear. This isn't the type of program where I'm going to drop off a bunch of knowledge on you like I'm an expert, and then I get to sign off for the day. No, I'm hoping to inspire you. I'm hoping to encourage you to challenge the conversations that we have here. You know, not fuss and debate and insult each other, or one up each other. No, calmly, quietly, start looking this stuff up, man. And anybody that disagrees, or people that have a tough time here cutting into the layers of the music industry, or you have a bold statement or something you want me to learn about or discover, send me some articles, send me some science, send me some education that I can experience. Reciprocate, match me, compromise. You know, if you're in the comment section, or you see some of our content, or maybe you're experiencing me for the first time in a 15-second clip, do yourself a favor. Shut the fuck up and go acquire some education of your own. Solidify and reinforce your ideas, and then bring them to me so I can look over them with you. Stop pouting, goddammit. I'm not happy about everything that's happening in the music industry, in commerce, in tech. Most of our clothes are polyester. And Pato, who the hell? Hold on, somebody's at my door. Anyways, buy cotton. Let's do some music industry news. So that's why we're doing this. If you're tired of hearing about some of these stories, tough luck, because these are the stories that are in the music industry. Every day I just choose what's up there. I know people don't want to hear about Marilyn Manson. Tough luck. He was in the news nonstop last week. People didn't want to hear about Puff Daddy. He was in the music industry news all last week. A lot of people don't like that talk about Spotify. Spotify is in the music news every week for breaking the law and going to court and ripping people off. You know, if I was ripping people off and sexually assaulting people, then I'd be in the news, okay? But I'm not. All right? I'm not stealing from artists. I'm not accusing Marilyn Manson. I didn't bring the federal government to Puff Daddy's house. Do you know what I'm saying, you guys? Like, I'm not the one that's doing this to you. I'm not suing Live Nation. You know? You guys the Musical Mechanical License Collective, they're suing people. Not me. I'm not suing people. I'm just reporting on it. And it just so happens every day these fucking people are doing it to each other. What do you want me to cover? This is the real music industry. The whole point of me playing Podcaster in the morning is for me to show you guys a glimpse. It is ironic. Somebody the other day left a comment and they were like, geez, Will, it seems like all you cover in the music industry is bad news. The point of the story is for me to cover the news. If you look up the music industry news every single day, you will find and discover that I'm covering it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not my fault the music industry sucks. I'm just reporting on it for 1 hour. And then we cut up 2 or 3 reels on the program. That's it. But if it seems like there's a lot of bad news in the music industry, I'm not creating that. And I've tried to explain to some people that don't understand this particular live stream, I do it every day. It might seem redundant, so I might cover the same thing every day. But what you don't realize is this program is about the music industry every day. So if you don't want to learn about the music industry every day, then don't watch this fucking program. I'm not covering music industry news I think you're going to like. I don't give a fuck if you like it. Fuck off. This particular program is not for people to like shit. This program is for the truth. You feel what I'm saying? My program, even my band is not to like shit. My band is for authenticity. People have bands to be liked. Some people make a podcast and they go, I'm going to make a podcast because I want people to like me. I don't give a fuck. I like the truth more than I do people liking me. I like making my own music and expressing my creativity more than I do people liking me. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. I don't want people to agree with me. I don't want people to like me. That's not why I do the show. That's not why I do reels. When people are like, I don't agree with you, or I don't like you, or I don't like your last song, then disappear forever. I know the whole world right now, most of you motherfuckers are all online playing music or doing podcasts or talking shit or being an expert or learning new tricks. You're all doing it because you want people to like you. Well, here's some news for you. I can't speak for everybody in my band. I can't speak for everybody in my family. I can't speak for anybody else but me. I don't do any of the shit I do or say anything I say or play my music the way I play because they want people to like me. Eat a fucking cock. My name is William Savant. I have never done anything in my life so people will like me. Fuck out of here. That's just not me. I know the whole world is trying to make music and trying to align themselves with, political figures and parties and religions. I don't belong to any of that shit. So save it. I don't believe in it. I don't care about it. I don't care about countries. I don't care about heritages. I don't give a fuck about none of it. Rock and roll, rap. I don't give a fuck what color you are. I just don't give a shit. I'm not authenticated by none of you motherfuckers. None of you. So, I hope it's clear. When I come on here, the good news is everything that I'm saying, there's not a reward, there is not a consequence or a punishment that scares me at all. That means I can come on here and say whatever the fuck I want, and there is nothing that anyone can do about it. Which means I'm completely lawless and boldlessly fearless. Are those bananas? That's a big ass banana. I think those are. This lady just brought these bananas. Look at the size of this fucking shit. Look at this. That's a big nana. Look at that. Yo, I'm gonna reach out and get you with this shit. I'm gonna get you. What happened? Whose is that?
Must have been the shopper.
Yo, she better come back with that bullshit. Can you call her?
Oh, man.
Oh, man, you gotta call her now.
Oh, that's a big problem. Why would you do that? Why would you leave it in the bag?
She's crazy, man. You gotta call her back, man.
I gotta figure something out.
So the DoorDash lady, I don't know what you call it. Is that DoorDash?
Instacart.
Instacart. Do you guys have Instacart where you live? Good morning, Rob.
It's like really not good.
Man, I feel bad for her. This lady was shopping for us and she put her fucking debit card in the bag. And now we have to contact her. Is there any way you can, is there like a customer service or something on that?
I'm gonna try and see if
Can
I
you
message
can
her.
you do me a favor? Can you please stop putting that away for a second and
But I need to get the frozen stuff in.
okay. I just because the farther she goes, the more confusing it's gonna be. She's gonna go heading on her next job or whatever. She's gonna realize she don't have her credit card or whatever the fuck that is. Poor lady. Now we have to go hunt this lady down and give her a debit card back. Son of a bitch. Scott says the music industry is not a pretty picture. It is the fucking devil. He ain't kidding. In disguise. The decades I have learned about the industry, I have learned it can chew and spit you out. I'm 47. In the 4 decades, I have been listening to the music and taught about it. It is a reality and the truth. If you can't handle it, the truth on the industry, you shouldn't be here. Yo, I might have to take that as the official disclaimer. Holy shit. I appreciate y'all. Let's get into this because I just wanted to say that that's the reason why a lot of like my next story. I've been trying to diversify. I've been trying to have a lot to talk about, you guys. So I apologize that we have to keep talking about the same things. But that's why I wanted to tell you guys now that I'm not doing it on purpose. It's the fucking music industry that's doing it. They keep doing the same shit. So it's hard for me to cover. If Spotify keeps stealing, they're gonna keep covering it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It'd be like if somebody was polluting in your town. You know what I mean? Like the newspaper's gonna cover it. They're gonna cover it. They're gonna cover it. They're gonna cover it. So in the music industry, they wind up covering the most important stuff. Live Nation, here we go. Live Nation slapped with a $5 billion consumer class action lawsuit following DOJ case. Wow. The potential first of many. You guys, I don't know if this matters to you. We're all so numb, you know? $5 billion consumer class action lawsuit. I mean, $5 billion. These are supposed to be Live Nation, you know, Spotify, ChatGPT, Google, Amazon. These guys are supposed to be the most trusted brands in the fucking world. These are your biggest heroes, everybody. iPhone, Samsung. This is it, right? These are the biggest companies in the world, and Nike and Coca-Cola, right? Nestle and DuPont. Remember those motherfuckers? Guys, these are the biggest companies and brands in the world that we're supposed to trust as human beings. We're supposed to trust in these brands more than each other. When I talk about Spotify, musicians come and try to beat me up. When I talk about the music industry, when I defend authentic art, guess who gets the most mad at me? Musicians. Bands. Independent, weak bands. There's nobody gets more ugly or madder than me than bands that have less followers. There's nobody that gets more evil and mad about me and the stuff I say on this program. Nobody gets madder at me than the bands with less followers and less success than my own. Nobody is more irritated and disgusted by the things that we report on this page, but the smallest, most unsuccessful acts. Here we go. Live Nation and Ticketmaster have been hit with a $5 billion consumer class action lawsuit in the wake of the DOJ lawsuit to break up the two companies. In the first lawsuit against Live Nation and Ticketmaster since the U.S. Justice Department sued to break up the two companies last week, a consumer class action lawsuit was filed against the conglomerate in Manhattan federal court on Thursday. The case is seeking $5 billion in damages on behalf of millions of ticket buyers. Both the class action lawsuit and the DOJ's filing accuse Live Nation of monopolizing the live events industry by forcing out its rivals and threatening venues that work with Ticketmaster's competitors. The class action could be the first of many against Live Nation and Ticketmaster to ride the wave of the government's case against the companies. Though the Justice Department's new case against Live Nation, not entirely dissimilar to its 2010 case addressing the company's merger with Ticketmaster, the DOJ stresses that the previous case involved a different antitrust law. Live Nation has since shown more expansive forms of anti-competitive conduct. Live Nation has called the government's lawsuit baseless, asserting that the live events market has more competition than ever. Lawyers not involved in the case, but who have reviewed the government filing, said Live Nation could partially base its defense on the fact that the Justice Department agreed to sign off on the company's acquisition of Ticketmaster in the first place. But since the government signing off on the merger required the companies to adhere to a previously agreed upon set of guidelines, Live Nation's failure to do so seems like reasonable grounds for legal action. That said, antitrust lawyers such as Eric Ensign from Crowell and Mourning, who was not involved in the lawsuit, said the government's case raises, quote, legal and factual questions about whether a breakup is legally permissible remedy. Legal representation for the class action plaintiffs have not immediately responded to media requests for comment. There you have it. Our largest ticketing firm, our largest our largest ticketing firm and acquisitional ticketing services are back in court for billions of dollars for stealing. Every single large music industry company that we've covered on this program is being accused of stealing. And they're being accused of stealing either from the government or directly from their competitors. What do you guys think about that? Happy birthday, Sparkle. This is my happy birthday song to you. Happy birthday to you. Boom, it's happy birthday to you. Oh, man, I love you too. Hell yeah. That's right.
This girl's so funny, man. She's lucky there's a messenger on the app.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's coming back.
She's coming back? What did she say?
She's like, oh my, what's the address? I'm coming right now.
She's probably all like, oh my goodness. Good thing she don't have to stress.
Thank you.
Right. No, good thing she don't have to stress, you know?
Yeah, she's like, you are nice people.
Hey, it's Sparkle's birthday today. You want to say happy birthday?
Happy birthday! Sparkles!
Thank you for tuning in. Hans says, I am not surprised with the lawsuit. Enough is enough. Where do we draw the line? Scott says, stealing is an understatement. It has been an ongoing thing forever, going into the future, and it won't change. Hi, Lexi. That was Melissa in the background.
Hi.
What up, Slightly? Oh, I didn't see you guys on Twitch. That's great. You guys are on Twitch hanging out. The lawsuit has been a long time coming. Consumers are fed up, dude. Seriously. Here's something different. I just wanted to switch it up. So you guys know I was talking about earlier. I was telling you guys, man, I feel bad sometimes because I have to cover the same shit over and over and over again. But then I try to remind everybody of what the entire purpose of the program was. And if I decide to stop covering the top stories in the music industry, then it would change the entire purpose of what we set out to achieve in the first place. So I can't do that. I can't change the program. The program is the music industry. If I start covering, it's William versus the fucking world. You know what I mean? The music world. So, but we do mean the world. So I can cover like a few other things, but I don't like to, we don't like to get away from our core stuff. That's for the Honeycomb Hideout. But I did want to do this one. Listen to this one, because we're all going on a plane soon. Because we're playing at Rockfest in Wisconsin, so I want to scare my band members. This is kind of fucked up. So, sorry. Can anybody tag my band members? That would be hilarious. So, airplane turbulence is getting worse. Did you hear this? Airplane turbulence is getting worse. No. That's right. Airplane turbulence is getting worse, and it strikes without warning. The skies can be clear, blue, and even tranquil, and all of a sudden, boom, you get hit. You listen to this? It's fucking terrifying. Yet, this boom is clear air turbulence, a well-known hazard to aircrafts and the passengers aboard. It's created by unstable air that commercial planes sometimes cruise through at high altitudes. It's not visible from the cockpit. It doesn't show up on the flight deck's weather radar. Quote, it's almost like hitting a deep pothole with a car going 60 miles an hour. Are you ready for that?
Wow.
Do you know what that would sound like?
I mean, if you have your seatbelt on, you should be fine.
Seatbelt
They come with seatbelts.
in a plane? What's that going to save you from?
Turbulence.
Man, come on. Come on. Here we go. Yet, injuries or worse can happen. As violent mid-air May 2024 event showed, a Singapore Airlines flight from London hit harsh unexpected turbulence, injuring 83 passengers and resulting in killing one person.
Oh my god, from turbulence? You're kidding. Should I be scared? We're going on a plane soon.
This is why I wanted to share this with you.
That's concerning.
That's why, aren't you so glad that I share all this information here on Music Industry News with William Savant?
To know that.
So this is why I'm reading it, because I know you didn't want to know it. This is why, look, I just got done explaining this to everybody, that this was a music industry program where I come on for an hour and basically tell people shit that they don't want to know. That's the whole point of this program is for me to talk about things that people don't want to hear. And then people think I'm making it up. It's funny. If you tell people online shit that they don't like, it's not real. Go ahead, try it. Go online and really do the homework, do some research, and then just fucking print it and publish something that you know people aren't going to like. Publish something that you know people aren't going to like. Oh, hold on. Here comes the lady.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
She was so relieved. She was relieved, man. I know how that is. Losing your debit card even for like 10 minutes. You're like, oh, the hackers. Oh, man, that's funny. So listen, are you ready? Although this event is particularly severe and such turbulence fatalities are rare, turbulence overall is happening more. And atmospheric scientists say the culprit is our warming atmosphere. See? Say something like that. That will really piss people off. Ready? As such turbulence fatalities are actually rare, turbulence in airplanes is happening more and more. And atmospheric scientists, listen with the scientists, okay? Not your neighbor. Scientists say the culprit is warming atmosphere. But you know, if you print something like that, there'll be somebody that doesn't like it and they'll throw a temper tantrum. You don't like it. You know what I'm saying? If you go say, everybody, the scientist says, the reason why we have more, turbulence in airplanes is because of warming atmosphere. Common uneducated people won't like that. So they'll say that that's not real. All of this isn't happening. Nothing is happening actually. Let me tell you guys something. The only thing that's happening and the only thing you're experiencing in your life is pleasure. Pleasure and forgiveness. Forgiveness for your parents for raising you like a pussy. Look, this isn't my news. I'm sorry, but we got to get on a plane, Melissa.
I know.
Are you scared now?
Now I'm a little scared.
See, now you're terrified. I told you. We got to bite into this. Now, quote.
I'm gonna hold on to my seat.
I don't know who's saying this. This is a professor. This is a professor of atmospheric science, and he's from the University of Nowhere. Are you ready? He says, quote, "We now have strong evidence that turbulence is increasing because of climate change." I'm not saying that because I'm not a scientist. But if a scientist says that, somebody's not going to like that, and someone's going to be mad at me, William the guitar player. Like, I don't make the weather, you guys. I'm not accusing these guys of rape. I'm not bringing these I'm I'm not the DOJ. I'm not bringing Live Nation and Spotify to court. Those are your favorite brands. You get in there and fucking... How come people that don't love Spotify, how come they don't give us some more money for lawyers so they can fight their cases in court? If you love Spotify and Ticketmaster and Live Nation so much, just donate free money to them so they can win their court cases. Of course, I'm kidding. So the atmospheric scientist, okay, he says, we recently discovered that severe clear air turbulence in the North Atlantic has increased by 55% since 1979. But, you know, since we don't like that, we'll just all tell the scientists to fuck off. Right? Fuck it. Let's just listen to drill music and eat processed food. We'll all be fine. The researchers also noted that, quote, similar increases are also found over the continental USA. But this just in, Melissa. Hold on, it's coming through on the banana phone. Hello? Yes, banana phone. Nobody gives a fuck. See that? See that? Hold on. What did you say? Similar increases are to be found all over the continental USA. You don't say. Oh, the people that live there, the common folk and the shoppers, they don't care. Sir, we're all going to die. We're not going back to the moon. We're not going to Mars. AI is for rich people? Oh no. So that means only poor people and middle class people will suffer, and it doesn't matter what color they are? Okay, I'll let them know. We're in trouble.
And there go the bananas.
And there go the bananas. There goes the neighborhood. Guys, we're all in this together. I know it doesn't seem like it, but we really are. All right. We still got a couple more minutes. I'm just having fun. Guys, stay tuned. I think we have a special guest tonight on the Honeycomb Hideout. You got to stay tuned and find out who it is. All right. Well, how much is this bullshit we got going on? Okay, this is quick. The radio station formats generating the most income are news, talk, sports. Though music still charts sometimes. Okay. The radio station formats that are generating the most income are news, talk, and sports. That's because music is fucking illegal everywhere. Original music is illegal. And I can prove it because it's not allowed to be played anywhere in public. There are no public forums that will play or rotate original music. Can we just have one fucking place where there's music? What the fuck is going on? BIA Advisory Services has a new report showcasing the top billing radio stations of last year, and they are mostly news, talk radio, and sports formats. Here's the latest. WTOP FM Washington, D.C. is the top billing station in the nation with $66.3 million in over-the-air revenue generated last year, down from $69 million in year 22. The station has polled in the top honor 13 times in the past 14 years. BIA attributes to the station's top billing status to representing 29% of the total radio ad revenue in Washington, D.C.'s market. A quick look at the stations reveals the top billing stations in 2023. 6 radio stations were spoken word format, 4 news and 2 sports, and 4 were music. Both iHeart and Audacity each captured the 4 of the top 10 slots, while Hubbard and Beasley register 1 radio station each. 5 of radio's top 10 revenue generators are based in New York. There you go, Scott. 2 in Los Angeles and 1 each in Chicago, Washington, D.C., and fucking Boston. Over-the-air revenues for the top 10 radio stations by revenues are down an average of 5% from the year 2022. The top-ranked station in Washington, D.C. is down the least, with a minus 3.9% drop compared to 2022. 8 of the top 10 radio stations belong to the FM format, while 2 are AM. Just imagine that. Imagine all the frequencies in the world and only the top 8. It's fucking crazy. What the fuck did we do, dog? What did we do? Who are you motherfuckers, bro? You know, I didn't grow up with you guys. I didn't. I grew up in fucking jail. I didn't grow up with society. I have no clue what you guys are doing. What is this shit? What do you guys want from your life? I didn't never know about stuff like this because I grew up in fucking foster homes and group homes and child homes and, industries where they abuse and beat the fuck out of children and hurt people. That's where I'm from. So, all my life I thought that you guys were, I don't know what the fuck I thought, man. But when I was growing up in little boxes and concrete rooms, I thought that there was a world where people cared about each other and shared information and, I don't know, man, like played games together or movies or temporarily hung out with each other. I got out of prison when I was 35, and I tell you, everything that I imagined about America and everything I imagined about society, boy, was I wrong. And it's my fault, you know what I mean? I watch TV and I used to read magazines and I used to imagine that someday there would be a time when I would get home and there would be these people that were like me, that were intellectuals and transparent, and of course I knew there were assholes and evil people. I'm not naive. I'm just saying I thought that, when I was in prison and when I was in jails growing up and juvenile hall, I thought that I was surrounded by idiots and sick people and losers, and I thought that because that's what we were taught. That's what we were told. We were told that nobody wanted us and nobody cared about us, and they needed those secrets and lies, so they could continue on hurting us and abusing us and breaking the law. And for years, I think to survive, for years, I think to convince myself and have hope, I used to tell myself that one day I would be reintroduced to society, and then there would be these people here that, some people, maybe even just a few, that were, fair and understanding, and I'm starting to think it's the only people in the fucking chat. You guys might be the only people. But what is this? Why do we have all this FM and AM frequencies and there's no radio stations? How come music is illegal everywhere? How come there's only 2 cell phones? How come there's no choices? Where is everything? Where's all the inventors? How come our kids hate us? I'll be back tomorrow with more music industry news, social media, technology, the internet, for DIY and independent musicians. Much love and respect to all you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned tonight.